Hello everybody, happy Frazzled Friday. This is Susie with the Frazzled Flamingo, and today I'm gonna do a tutorial on how to make this translucent beachy cup using CrystaLac's Bright Tone. Let me move this aside. This is what you'll need. You will need the CrystaLac Bright Tone, the gloss. You will need that. You will need you can use acrylic paint if you use very little, but you can use these Bombay Indian inks. And today we're going to use the aqua. We're going to use this gold. This is called copper plated gold. I'm going to use that. We're going to use the white, and we will be using the blue. You will need medicine cups or Dixie cups of some kind, something to put your bright tones in. And we have poured our bright tones into these little medicine cups. I have 4 of them with 4 popsicle sticks. You will need popsicle sticks. You will need a straw or some kind of blowing tool. A couple weeks ago, I did a live tutorial in our Facebook group, the Frazzled Flamingo Tumblers and Crafts. We do a lot of epoxy-free tutorials every week. And that's when I introduced this handy dandy little tool. And I'm going to show you how you can use this instead of this and stop getting dizzy till you almost pass out to move your product around. All right, and with that, to prep your cup. Now, I've never sanded, but I was just told recently that you should do a light sanding so the bright tone can stick to it. Just kind of go around. I use 400 grit sandpaper. And I'm just going to go do a quick little scuffing all the way around my cup. I just learned that recently, and I'm going to take a little alcohol ink. And with the alcohol ink, we're going to just kind of wipe any dust particles off our cup, any oils that you may have gotten on your cup due to your hands or something. And for this project, you are going to need to put it on your turner. All right, we're going to move these out of our way. And I do put my product in these condiment bottles, so it makes it a little easier. I have went ahead and I had mixed up. You just need a drop or two. I mixed up our white, our gold, and our blue. And depending on how strong you want the color, that's the amount of drops you'll put in. And so I normally just do 2 or 3 at the most. And then you're gonna put those drops in that, and you're gonna stir very carefully. You don't want to stir like really crazy because then you will create bubbles, and we don't want to create bubbles. So we have that pretty well mixed in. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get started. It's really easy. Turn on your turner, and the first thing we're going to start with, I have a popsicle stick for each color, and then you're just going to start drizzling this on. I start up high because your products will move down and forward because these are self-leveling, and I've always found that I more than likely will need more of this tan color. I try and drizzle, just kind of drizzle it on, brush it on, just to start with to get my base going. We're just going to get this all drizzled on. We try and get it on the bottom. Sometimes I tap and then I use my finger to kind of get it spread better. And it just goes round and round. I have found that my tumbler that turns faster works better than the one. I do have one that just moves very slow, my tumbler turner. So I'm just trying to get this so I have the coverage. And with this, I'm probably going to need to spread this around on my bottom really quick, and then I'm going to get it spreading around this so we can get it turning I kind of might want it a little bit darker on the bottom, but I can add that color later. And there you go, you have it started. That's what you want. You want to spread that and start it. And then I think I'm going to need it a little darker. Let me put a little more darker color into this. Let's see if that helps a little bit. Oh yeah, that's a little better. That's what I said, you know, depending on how dark you want this is how many drops you'll put in. The more drops you have in there, the darker the color will be. And I like to get my bottom covered pretty good. And then I like to make sure I have the coverage. It does move down. So I like to move this up because this will move down. I don't care what cup you have, it will move down. So now that I have a pretty good coverage on that, let's get that covered right in here. And we'll come back to it if we see spots. We're going to let that turn and we're going to move on to our next color. Our next color is white. Oops. Our next color is white. And our white goes right in here. We're just dripping it on there. We're just kind of slinging it up there. And our white is starting to move around. Now that it is, I will get my gold one more time because I'm going to use my little tool here to kind of move these colors a little bit better in here. All right, I'm gonna get this tool. Now is where we can get the tool. We're just gonna turn our tool on. Hear it? And we're just gonna move that product. We're just gonna kind of blend it and give it some wavy look. See how it moves it? And you don't wanna blow too much because we don't want the product to dry on us too fast. But see how it gives it that nice wavy look? Isn't that beautiful? Okay, so we move that product some. Now we're going to move on to the next color. And our next color is the water. And this product, since this cup is kind of weird shaped, it's weirder than most, it will move forward. So it'll do either way. So what we're going to do is we want them to mix. Isn't that pretty? We're going to just keep going up here. This is how I do it. And then I use my tool to move my color. It's going too far down, so I'm gonna whoops. Oh, it'd help if I had it plugged right. My plug came undone, and then we're just gonna move that up just like that. See how it's moving it? There we go. Sorry, I keep going down it because I'm trying to catch those that are going down. Do you see how it's moving that color right on up? Okay, now we're going to add our next color. Move these, I don't want to tip anything. Our next color is going to be the sky, and then we can add others that we may want to fill in different spots. And it makes it so much quicker when you are using this little tool. It just, I love it. I don't see stars anymore. I don't get dizzy. Oh, I just touched on that. I do not get dizzy anymore. You know, I have MS and 2 other autoimmune diseases, Hashimoto, MS, and fibromyalgia all mixed together. So it makes life very fun and challenging. But it does make your lung capacity a little bit challenged. So this was a game changer when I found this. Okay, my sky kind of put a little much of my sky on. And this just moves your product. And it also helps kind of thicken it up a little bit quicker too. But for some reason your product will, it'll all move down that way. So it's best you have something. And then you're just going to let this turn, and it'll have to turn a lot longer because you do have a lot of bright tone on here compared to what you would normally have. Yep. And what I'm probably going to have to do is I will go back in. Do you see how it moved that white all the way up? I don't know how well you can see that, but it just, oh, it makes it beautiful and so much easier. And that's all you do. That's how easy these are. You get these wine glasses from the Dollar Tree, and they're $1. And then you can make these great beachy glasses. You can sell them in sets very easily, especially if you're going to any kind of craft show. They're great to take a few of these sets along. They sell very easily. Normally, I don't have any issues selling these cups at a show. They normally will sell right off your table in sets, so they are great to have. I'm just going to add a little more because that blue did move down into my watercolor, and I do want a little more defined watercolor. And then let me do a little more white. We need some white because it did. Let me blow this real quick. That blue likes to go right down into your water, and I want a little more defined white in here, just a little, not a lot. So I don't want it to overtake my sand. And that's it. And you're just going to let that turn. And with any leftovers, that's why I normally have more than one going, so that I use all my product up. And if you can't see how well that blows, and you can blow that white down in there just a little. You can move it either way. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? And that's it. That's how easy these cups are to make, these wine glasses. You do not have to put anything else on it. You can use a glitter. We sell a kind of cheating kind of fool's type glitter that is an iridescent that you can sprinkle on top of this. It's called Ghost. It's on in our store at frazzleflamingo.com. But like I said, you know, this will be a game changer for you. You just want to watch it for a little bit and make sure that you still keep your little bit of sections for your cup, and it hasn't totally moved down into your space, because it will continue to level and move until it sets up more. And this will help, this will also help you to have it set up a little more. And you will have to let this turn. It's going to have to turn probably for at least 2, maybe even 3 hours, depending on how much product you have on there, until it is pretty much dry to the touch. You just want to keep it turning until it is pretty much dry to the touch. And then once it is dry to the touch, you're going to want to take it, turn it upside down, and put it up to dry. Put it on drying rack, or keep it on your rod and put it up to dry upside down. That way it's not going to drip and you're not going to have drips underneath. If it continues to move, it'll continue to move down and it won't leave any kind of lumps or bumps you don't want. And that's it. That's the only thing you have to do. It's that easy. And you can find this right on Amazon.com, and it is called the world's smallest leaf blower. The world's smallest leaf blower. And you can find this on Amazon.com, and it literally changed my life. All right. That's all I have for you today. I hope y'all have a very blessed weekend, and I hope I have inspired you to continue being your wonderfully creative self. If you get a chance, go check out our group at Frazzle Flamingo Tumblers and Crafts. And with that, you have a fantastic weekend.